Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you remember our video from last Saturday to where we were bedding dirt getting ready to plant peanuts, you remember the dust storm pulling behind the ripper bedder, and we prayed for some rain, and we had some rain last Monday, had a little bit of rain Wednesday night, and here we are on Friday night, and we are sure enough having a thunderstorm. You can see the lightning in the background. But nothing compared to what the folks in Michigan have went through the last couple of days, so our prayers go out to them. And you can hear that thunder, and so I just wanted to share this with you, and I'm gonna get back in the house. If you were with me last Saturday, this is the field that we started bedding in, and you saw all the dust as I mentioned a moment ago. But we had the rain Monday, the rain Wednesday, and then the rain last night, so the beds are still in good shape. You can see the dirt's got plenty of moisture to it, so it looks like we're going to start planting. Okay, this rain gauge here comes from the local hardware store, and it measures in tenths of an inch, so this rain gauge is showing 2.2 tenths of an inch of rain from last night's storm. And here's the calibrated rain gauge, so let's see how much is in it. And if you remember, this one has an inner tube and an outer tube, and the inner tube holds 1 inch of rain. So what we need to find out is how much rain is down here in the outer tube, and remember, this gauge measures in tenths of inches. So let's find out how much is in this gauge. Okay, so if you remember how we did this in the past, in that initial video, we just take the cone off. Remember, I said this inner tube has 1 inch of water in it, so we just pour it out. And remember that it has 1 inch of water. If there was a lot, I would say I need to write that down, but hopefully I can remember that. So I'm left-handed, and I'm going to have the gauge numbers blocked where you can't see. So then we pour from the outer tube into this inner tube. And there is our 2nd inch of water. So remember, the hardware store rain gauge measures in tenths. So it was 2.2 tenths of rain. So we know we're at 2. So how much is left? We pour that in there. And we have, in here we have 2.15. So it's not that far off. The rain gauge actually measured a little bit more, but remember, it's in hundredths where this is in tenths, so it's a little bit more accurate. So 2.2 versus 2.15, and that's close enough for government work. But also throughout the community, and 2.2 inches of rain is not bad. We needed it. The problem was the amount of time that it fell in was right at 2 hours. But also in that thunderstorm brought a lot of wind, so we had a lot of power lines down throughout our community. The trees blown down, so that's why I say it was a thunderstorm and windstorm, including the rain. So 2.2 inches of rain will get us by. But west of us over here in Waycross, I've got friends that had 3.5 inches of rain. And over to the east of us where John lives, his rain gauge only said 1 3/4, so we were right in the middle. And that's honestly why farmers need to control or watch their amount of rain, because our fields are like 15 or 20 miles apart, and there can be a vast difference in the amount of rainfall. So that's why I went to being a nerd in checking rain amounts. Now for the garden update. Y'all saw me plant sunflower seeds in a cup in earlier videos. The leftover seeds I had, and they come from Hoss Tools. It's an American Giant hybrid, I believe what it is, but from Hoss Tools out of Norman Park, Georgia. So the leftover seeds I had, I planted some right here in the front flower bed, which is facing the south there. So I just got one row right there. And you can see I got the pine straw pulled back, so I'll put that back over the top to help hold some of the moisture in to keep it from drying out so fast. And then as the seeds start popping up, I'll clear a little path for them. Here's 2 more rows, and these are on the southeast corner of the house. So 2 rows over here. Again, just using the extra seeds that I had from Hoss Tools. Just Jackie's garden update here. You can see the tomato plant to the right, cucumber to the left. They're really starting to grow. Here's the first few that she planted. The 2 on the left are a week older than the one on the right. But again, you can see they're really coming out. The marigolds are popping out, but we'll see after the rain we've had now how the mosquitoes work out, see if they'll get rid of the mosquitoes. Here's my sunflowers in a cup. None of them have come out yet. And then here's the different tomatoes, beets, and some basil and some celery that Jackie planted, and that's in an earlier video. You can see all that's coming up. And then tomatoes and cucumbers here in her second flower bed, raised bed. And here's her first raised bed, which has got a little crowded. You can see the potatoes here, and then the cucumbers there, and then tomatoes. And again, that lone pepper plant. Had a YouTuber tell me that one pepper plant is going to make everything in here hot. And I know he was only joking, because if it does, I don't like hot food. Too old and the stomach's too weak for that. So that's this video here. I hope you like what you saw and you'll give us a thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to us. Hit that subscribe button. If you're an existing subscriber, I thank you for coming back and watching the video, because each and every one of you are appreciated. So with that, on this Memorial Day weekend, I wish y'all a happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank all the servicemen and women that died for our freedom, and just continue blessing those that are fighting for our freedom today. Everyone take care. God bless.